on. Hi everyone. So this is another of my live recordings, and I wanted to make a little announcement, or not so little. So in about this time in 2016, last year, I announced that I'm going to stop working on DIGImend because I didn't have any more time. I wanted to do some other things, and I have my family and, well, the usual stuff. And I still have those. So I offered for somebody to come and to replace me and offering my help to do it. And some people came. I tried to help them a little. Some people got a little bit further, others not. But anyway, nobody has really stepped up. So I was there feeling sad about, all my skills getting unused and people wanting to use tablets on Linux and not getting to use them. So it was all kind of sad. But still I didn't have time. But after a while, I got approached by a Japanese company called Neoblast Inc. And they were backed and supported by, kind of joined by XPPen, tablet manufacturer. And they said that they were saddened and disappointed that the DIGImend project was going to shut down because Neoblasting is supplying creativity-oriented personal computers to various markets in Japan, like small markets like mothers staying at home or school PTAs and something, and they're trying to do it with Linux and affordable tablets. And I helped them in, I think, first time in 2014 when they approached me with the tablet. And DIGImend stopping meant that they won't have much Linux support for their tablets that they're offering with their PCs that are using Linux. So they offered to pay me some support money so that I could continue working. So I thought about it for a while, and I thought about motivation, and I thought that perhaps this could work, and I could find some time, and if I get paid for it, and I will be able to justify this to my family, and eventually, if there is enough support, I could get time of my main work and dedicate some actual quality time to the project. But I haven't decided that at that moment. So I just talked to the Neoblast and offered them some certain fee for the work that I could do. And they sent me over some tablets and I did some work on them. I haven't finished working with all of them yet, doing the drivers for all of them, but you could see 2 of those tablets on my YouTube channel and the work being done for them. So that these were UG tablets, EX07 and M540 or something like that. M540, I think. Then so I started doing that work, and then I thought perhaps I could actually do a better job at promoting DIGImend and try to attract some more financing, and perhaps it could work. So I decided I could set up a Patreon page or something like that, and I started researching, and really it seems that Patreon is one of the most popular platforms now, and might be the most popular platform among the people who come looking for support for their tablets, among creative people. So it might be convenient for them. And Then, while I was thinking about this, I got approached by another company. I'm not sure how their name is pronounced. They're from Germany. They're called AMTC or something, and I think it's something like that, the Car Owners Club. Some sort of organization. I don't read German, and the Google translation is not really helpful. They said they have a project to use a certain kind of tablet called signature pad, which is integrated with a display and is used to sign documents, electronic documents, with your handwriting. So I thought perhaps there is actually a market for me to have some support for the project. So since then, I finished setting up my Patreon page yesterday, and it is live now. I will put a link in the description of the video here, and I will be putting it on banners later in my video so that you can go and pledge your support. And so I took that work on as well with the signature pad. That's what I'm going to do today. But I will also be continuing work for Neoblast and posting it here. And if I get enough support, I might do some other tablets for the community, because there's a bit of a crisis right now. A bunch of companies has released tablets using new chipsets, which have somewhat different protocol, which requires different initialization, and people are buying them because the names of the tablet models are similar. They have like new or 8992 added to their name, like signifying that they have higher resolution, but they also have the new protocol, which doesn't work. So there are a couple threads, couple issues on GitHub right now where people try to figure things out, and I worked on it for a while, and there is progress, but I need more time. As it is, I spent this whole morning answering questions on GitHub and doing some other stuff, and I will do this recording, and that will be it for today. So I don't have much time, and I'm quite occupied on my work days. So that's enough chatting. Let me show you the tablet I'm working on today. It's this one, and this is the logo of that company, the car club, I think, who ordered this work, and they're covering the manufacturer because they don't want that disclosed. It's the back. It has a nice stand here, actually very well done. Neat cable organizing and everything, and this is an actual display here. I haven't managed to produce a picture on it yet, but that is irrelevant for my work. I might try to do it right now. Maybe it works. I'll see. So let me put it down, and I have one more camera added so that you could actually see if anything, what happens with this table. Just a moment. Okay. Now let's switch to the camera. I'm going to show you the Neoblast website. This is all in Japanese. Then there's the XP Pen, the company that is backing Neoblast and helps them support me. This is the MTC who ordered work on this tablet we're going to work on today, and this is my Patreon page. So the Patreon page is named after my nickname SPB Nick, which I use on GitHub. So even though I don't post this link here in the video yet, you can go and check it out if you'd like. Okay, so I hope you can see the table down here. This one. Okay, so what we are going to do now is connect it, and it's an interesting tablet in the way that it is a combination of two devices, which makes it actually much simpler to work with. And the way they do it is they have a USB hub inside the device, which shows that there are two devices connected, the display device and the tablet device. This makes it very easy for us. Instead of making a, you know, like a special kind of device which has several interfaces or something, they just made it, just put a USB hub in there. And it has this, you know, two connectors, the same as hard drives do sometimes. I guess that's for power, for extra power. Let's see if I can find enough ports on my laptop. Okay, so but first, let's see. So I'm running a less USB here so that you can see what happens when we plug this thing in. So let me try to plug the power first. It's going to be some noise from the microphone, sorry. Power. It shouldn't affect the output of less USB. Isn't it? No, it's not there yet, right? And now I'm plugging the table. Am I? Oh, it's marked wrongly. Okay, you see here. Right, you see, you just noticed the devices enumerated and the tablet lit up. So these three are the devices that come from the tablet. So this line is this line here is the USB hub that's inside the tablet. This is the display device, and this is the tablet itself, apparently made by ViewSonic. Okay, so this is quite a different tablet, and to make support for it we will need to create a new driver, which will be an interesting exercise and hopefully provide some information to people who are looking into making drivers themselves about how to start doing that. I will of course just copy an existing driver and modify it, like make it a simple copy. But let's see if we can, if Xorg recognize this tablet. Not tablet, I mean the display. This display is the most interesting part for me. Apparently not. There's no trace of it here. Let's see. Nope. I just have to assume that it has to have some device driver loaded. Let's see that. Yes. Aha. So USB graphics software for Ubuntu. Wonder what shape that is in. Okay. Oh, they have a license. Oh my. Oh my. I don't think we want that. No, thank you. Okay, so there we go. Let's try this then. None. None. Okay. Well, we don't care about that much. Would be fun to have some output there, but it will work as is. Okay, so from what I earlier saw about this table is that it doesn't require any initialization, and it seems to work just the way it is, fine, with full resolution and everything. So if we, let's see, let's use B again. Perhaps this is better. Okay, let's see. So this is the pen hovering, and the pen is very thin and light. That's very nice. They don't have any. I'm not touching it yet, just hovering, and it doesn't need a battery, obviously. So there is no space to put the battery in, which is very neat. Okay, so we can see the pressure being detected here in the 2 bytes on the right, which are not zeros. They have some sort of pressure being reported, even though we are not touching it, but that is going to be held by the status bit. And the status bit is in a weird place. So the first 4 bytes in the reports are X and Y location, and the status bits right after it. This status bit is a bit jittery, I wonder. So it is not reporting touch event until I press quite noticeably on the pen. So I'm actually touching it right now, and it says 3 there, but if I just press a little bit more, it says 7, and the pressure starts rising. But that's fine, it's okay. Makes it easier maybe for somebody. Okay. There are also no buttons on the pen. It's just, there's just the tip. Okay. We only have one report ID. It seems, which is okay. Let's take a look at the report descriptor. The first thing, let's put this tablet into our database. So let's call it ViewSonic. And I don't think it has any model in there. Nope. E621. I don't suppose there's anything on the back that is not covered. Nope. Okay. So we'll just have to call it after the product ID. I have some convention for that, I think. So yeah. That's what we wanted. So just one interface, and that is head interface. Just one report descriptor on interface 0. And let's take a look at that. Oh, undefined page, yes. Does this even make sense? This looks broken. But this starts to make sense. Mouse, wheel, finally digitizer, and report ID matches. I guess they just staked out these report IDs which don't make sense before. Maybe it's just some garbage. They're neatly surrounded by collections and everything, so it couldn't be garbage. Wow. Okay, there is still some description of the report ID that we are seeing, and it doesn't make much sense. I don't think anything would be able to make sense of that. Apparently there is a feature in that report. Doesn't make sense. Report ID 5 still 10. This doesn't look right at all. And the keyboard, so they have some stuff with the keyboard as well. Okay, well, let's just use that. Let's record some reports so that we don't have to check it every time, and for posterity. Okay, I don't remember what it was, but just try to do this. I should have used T. Let's see. Okay, we got this, and I know that the coordinates are here. Let's do some awk magic. Not strictly necessary, but okay. Identify. Okay, that's the minimum. Appears to be the minimum, and I just have to say it's 0. That's the maximum. a weird number. Is it really that? Let's see. So this is the first two bytes after the report ID are horizontal coordinates. Yes. And the second pair is the vertical coordinates. Yes, top left corner is 0. Byte order is the usual, normal. Okay, must be right. So 3, 2, yeah, and this is X maximum or close to that. This is Y maximum. Okay, well, I'll have to check the specification for this one later, which I cannot show you because the my customer preferred not to disclose the actual model. I will check the maximum and the maximum for both axes, but this looks right, but this one doesn't. Maybe we should record the second one, and well, anyway, it can just reliably report a number which is below the actual possible number across all the models, so I'll have to check the specification. Okay, we got that. I think we got the in range here as well. Or do we? Yeah. Let's see the in range again. So yeah, the lower 2 bits, the lowest 2 bits on this byte correspond to in range status. So for some reason there are both of them, maybe for compatibility or something. So if they're 0, the pen is out of range. If they're both 1, resulting in 3 here, that means the pen is in range. And the bit for the touch is the third one in this byte. Okay. Right, so we can start doing it. Okay. Don't remember what those files are, but yeah, okay, that's from the last session. And that was one thing that I already used. Now, let's just move this file away. Okay. Right. So the simplest driver we have here is Kai maybe, or even hit Polostar. Let's take a look at the shape of it. Yeah, there's probe, driver data. Okay. Don't really have to do that. Okay, that will do certainly as a starter. But first, let's check if the Linux kernel already has something in here that's named ViewSonic. Nothing. Let's see, just in case if there is anything in Linux S3 that would interfere with us. This will do. These were really weird devices, the Polestar devices. The Polestar device was the only one I saw which actually implemented the buttons on the tablet surface, which are called like virtual buttons, in hardware. Usually it's done in the driver on the host. They just check where pen is touching and they just generate a button, but this one was generating actually events on the USB corresponding to these button presses. Okay. Right. Nothing. And nothing here. So okay. We did this already for Valtop. Okay. Easy logic. We should probably put easy logic here as well, right? While we see this, we need to fix this. Yeah. Let me see. I just need to write this down. We need to consider this thing. Come on. I have so many issues with for supporting tablets. I now feel uncomfortable putting an issue about working the actual code here. Consider fixing all tablet IDs with Shall we? Now I remember why. Why? No. Yeah. Actually, yeah, we should. Okay, that can wait. Now, yeah. What's their actual name? Are they still around? I remember they produced CRT monitors with these little birds on the logo. Do they have them still? Yes. And they had a typo in there. Okay, so they're called so that we call them properly. About Sonic. 30 years. Yes, quite old. What's their official name? That's maybe probably a form. No. Okay, they make it difficult. Oh, all right. Sonic Corporation. That would be how do we call them? Like this. Nice. Okay, so we've got the macros defined for the vendor ID and the device ID. Now, don't need this really anymore. Let's do mass replaced. Yep. Module version. Correct. And done. And replacing this with the number. Yeah, anyway, they should be all this way. So, once again, let's check. Yeah. Okay. And Don't really need the interface filter here. Yep, can remove that. We only have one interface. And don't need to ignore the second interface. Don't really need this driver data here. Like this. So the boilerplate code is mostly done. I need to figure out report descriptor 408. Doesn't have to be actually this number. But let's just assume it is first and then check. What? Correct. So to make this one work now, we'll need to write the new report descriptor, and once again we'll just copy an existing one. Take one simple tablet. Since the original doesn't make much sense, it's easier to modify something else. So here we are at parse, hit hardware start, probe, and report fix up. That should be enough. Okay, let's see what would be the easiest one. Something without anything on it. Probably Kai DIGImend 340. Okay, actually something fresher might be better. Without buttons, this one. Vibrating. See, no buttons, it seems. Very simple. Okay. Right. So let's see, one collection, report ID parental 2. Yep. Stylus. And it will go a bit weirdly. So does this have, yeah, in range here. So this goes afterwards, followed by pressure, desktop. Right. So pressure goes last and the desktop first. Okay. So report size 16, port count 1. That's correct. Desktop. Zero. I'll have to look up the specification for that. I'll need to fix those numbers to provide the extents and resolution. This will need to do right. And the tip pressure is, I haven't captured that right. Let's do it here. I'm not used to pens being strapped to the table. Okay, let's go. And there we go. There it is. 7FF. That's quite a lot. 8,000. Ah, of course not. But let's check. So byte number 6 is status, and this should be 8 and 7. Yep, yeah. So 1047, and that's exactly what the human tablet had. Nice. Okay. Bits. So the first one is actually in range. Then we got padding. We can report count cannot be repeated, so report count 1. Then yeah, we can just put padding somewhere. Okay, let's do padding outside the buttons. Okay, padding 1 in range, and then tip switch. So second bit, and third bit. Second bit is in range, third bit is tip switch, and then comes the padding. We don't have the inverted in range like here. So we have 1 bit, then 2 bits, and 5 bits left in the byte. In range tip switch, and then we have the tip pressure, which has logical minimum the same, logical maximum there. And do we have to have report count? I forgot. Okay, let's check the spec. So those are global items, the items that are kept between all the reports and all the time. So this is inherited, report size, report ID, and report count is also global. Number of data fields for the item. How many fields are included in the report for this particular item? My memory is rusty here. But this is certainly not 5. So since this is the global item, it's not reset by an input or a feature or an output. Okay, that means we have to reset it ourselves to something. That's right. Word count 1. I wonder what was. That probably inherited the report counts in the original. Let's check. Yeah, report count 1. So there's no problem there. But since we are setting the we need to reset report size as well. We set it to 1. 16, 1. Yeah. Size, report count. Let's see if it makes sense. I need to install this already. Well, it compiles. 22, 16 count. Push. This fix. Pop. Logical minimum, maximum 1. That's for our bits count. This is padding. In range tip switch, 2 of them. Then 5 of them. Size is the same. That's padding. And then tip pressure. Size and count 1. I'd rather put these the front after all, just for consistency. Okay. Now we need to find out the actual extent. Please excuse me while I look up the specification here on another screen. Okay, found the link. Yeah, marketing. Okay. So they say that the resolution is the typical 580 LPI. Something right here. So right, it's the wrong one. Okay, so this is Y resolution, and so they say the area is 139.6 millimeters. Let's see. And 39.6 divided by, converted to inches and multiplied by the resolution. That's quite rounded up, so to 7,920. Doesn't quite match. It's quite a big difference. Okay. Two seven two two 200. I wonder what to make. Let's check the X resolution. Maybe it's off by the same amount. So they say that the active area is 217 millimeters converted to inches multiplied by resolution, and that is that's more. Okay, so I guess the specification is not entirely correct here. It looks close enough, and the resolution of 5080 is the typical one. This is quite close. That is quite close. We can just assume yeah, but what's the maximum? We need to find out the maximum that will be across all those tables. And we can't find it. Because they basically because they have the active area of the table specified as 117 by 10396. that doesn't even go into being like round inches, even though the resolution of the table is given in inches, in lines per inches. So let's see if we can, what's this in inches? 8.5-ish and 5.5-ish. If we actually assume these 8.5 by 5.5, let's see, 5, like, does it match closer? No. It's quite a bit away. Okay, if it's 8.6, that's still off. Oh my. Okay. So, if we give the size of this, the extents of this table as too big, that would mean that people won't be able to reach the full extent of the screen by default. I mean, like, the tablet would be smaller, the tablet area would be smaller than they could see on the screen. And if we give it a bit less, they will just have a little bit of, okay, so that's a problem. They have the screen integrated with the tablet that needs to align. Well, in practice they won't align perfectly anyway. They will need to have calibration. So I'll do my best trying to find the most about those extents, and let's just see what numbers do we get. Okay. Okay, let's just do a few rounds of those coordinate tests as close as possible near the edge, across all this area. Let's do this. Make it as close as possible to 0 here, then here. By the way, it would be interesting to find out the actual report rate, if it matches the specification. So I'm traversing the edge many times quickly. Maybe I need to go slower actually, so I have a better chance of catching it. Okay, so we get something that is as close to maximums as possible. Okay, we'll have to or here somehow. Again here, just to make sure didn't go too fast there. Hope you can hear me okay, by the way. If not, leave some comments. Okay, should be better. Okay, now let's try. So that's the X. That is somewhat bigger than was before, right? Yeah, quite a bit bigger. Wow, how did that happen? Okay, let's see the That is quite a bit bigger. No, I got to change the file. Yeah, that is the Y direction wasn't much bigger. For some reason. Okay, and once again, we can just do this. 5 divided by 8 multiplied by, it will be, yeah, 18. Let me check that. That is the horizontal size, active horizontal size is more than they specified. That's probably because they're being conservative. Okay, let's do this now. 36. And that is smaller. Okay, AAC3. How could that happen? Let's check if it's round here. So 6A40 was this. No, of course not. So something is not right. And they say that this the report rate is 280 times per second. Maybe I'll check it. Okay. Right. So what I'll do right now is to make the third test and call it done and put the exact numbers I get, the biggest numbers I get in the report descriptor for now. If the customer wants, they will change it or ask me to change it, because I have only one sample. I can't really figure it out, and I can't contact the manufacturer to really find it out. But they probably have some contact. They'll be able to do it. Okay, let's check it along the whole length. This is the first time I get a tablet that doesn't match the specification, and I can't really find out the technical extents that would be close enough to the most of them. But actually, it doesn't really matter if the number is round. It just needs to be close enough, because there will always be tablets that are a little bit off on the edges. Although this doesn't happen often, but nowadays usually you can reach the edge. But then there's the resolution of them is so high, and you move your hands so fast that you don't actually notice If it doesn't reach like the exact number, that is the maximum, because pixels on the screens are much bigger anyway, so you will definitely reach it. So it might be just good enough. I need to check. So the edge of the tablet is a bit further away, like a bit outside the screen area. That's why I forgot to check the 0 side. That was 3. Okay, let's do this. Why? Actually, I just need to do this. Like this, and start a new number. Yes, it is. The vertical extends. No? Let's see. Okay. Wow, now it's almost exactly that, but it's 290.1. And that's more than 2 millimeters more than they specify. Okay, I'll just have to put whatever we get here. And this is more than 2 millimeters less than they specify. Okay, doesn't matter. As long as it matches the screen more or less, it should work. And then there's manual calibration anyway. Okay. Does it calculate the round number? No, of course not. No. Okay. This will be our best guess. So, pardon. We'll have to calculate the physical extents somehow here. So, we take the logical maximum that we found out. This one. Put it into X. Put it into Y. And we'll have to put these numbers close enough. What was their intention? So, yeah, that doesn't divide. So we'll just make it appear like it's 5080. And I wouldn't start measuring the actual size here. So let's just make it 5080. It's okay. That would be 8626. That would be closer. Oh, pardon. It's 26. Yep. So we can play along the integer division here. That would be, let's check. Right. Yep. So that will have to go into the horizontal extents to produce the 5080 resolution. 8625. 0.25. Actually, this is quite close to something I saw. We'll check that. And the vertical will be good enough. Yep, I have to do. Okay, this doesn't matter much. Okay, now we've got the report descriptor written. Let's compile it. Let's compile it. It will be a bit too long. Is it okay? Still be over the recommended width for the kernel. Let's check if that was accepted in the past. I think it was. No. That's not very nice. This one. The template was longer. Oh no, no, it wasn't. I think I had to wrap it before. Pardon. Yeah. Well, let's wrap it. Okay. Oh, that is actually round. Yes. How come is that? That is. Wait. Why is this long? Why does this have? Ah, that's because it's bigger than 15 bits. Because it's signed. Okay. Will do. Will do. Okay. Let's compile it. Config. This. It's all right. Now these rules. Yeah. To where binding. Do we rebind all of them or not? That's the question. So okay, let's make it simple. What's that? 99A. That's the poster. Well, I can do the same here, just to be safe. And it's uppercase. What? Doesn't work that way apparently. Okay. Right. I see. That's fine. Okay, let's see if it works. Now. And it's installed. So let's reconnect. Yes, the camera got confused. Oh no, and the light went out. No, turned on. Come on. Yeah, focus. Focus. Silly camera, come on. Come on, camera, work. Great. Okay, now let's see. Yes, the driver is there. Yes, of course. Oh. So it got the name from the string descriptor. Okay, okay. Generic mouse. Input 0. Okay. Not accepting address 10. It's fine with me, for whatever reason. Oh, so frame buffer got there. The frame buffer, wow. I can use that. Expect Xorg, haven't found it anyway. Type tablet, but no reaction to the display, right? Okay, doesn't really matter. Now let's do this. There it is. Well, what do we have here? The in range and the touch, no buttons. 200. Oh, 200 points per millimeter. That's what That's what this stands for. Okay, there we go. Moment of truth. And nothing. Wonderful. I messed something up. Once again, the report descriptor. Report ID 2. Report ID 2. To do something with this sudo. And increase the timeout. Yeah, report ID 2. Wonderful. Let's see. Everything straightforward, but let's read the field. Field 0. First X, then Y. There's the report offset 16, report offset 33, yes, right, because it's the second bit. 2, report count 2, that's 1, and this report offset 40 because this is 5. No, not this. Actual 0, 16, 33, 40, and the rest is ignored. 16, count 1. That's correct. Let's see. 0, 0, 0 of anything. Okay, something must be wrong with the driver. it binds. Does it? Oh my, oh. Queue status. Oh, did it disconnect? Oh my, what's going on? Is it the kernel? I just saw this reported for here on tablets. Might be something in the kernel. But anyway, why don't I get anything here? Because the it's the wrong comment. Because I get something here. Is it because report descriptor size is wrong? Report descriptor max packet size 64 bytes, that should be sufficient. Interrupt. But these are just occasional here, right? Oh, it reconnected again. Oh my. It doesn't like those errors, apparently. So 1409 lines of this nonsense. And that is after we correct entered the driver. Is it after we loaded the driver? Let's yeah, before that there were no such errors. So the generic heat driver did not induce those. Report size. Yes. Yes, we need padding. Probably. Let's do it. It might be getting sick because we are asking it the wrong number of bytes. But duplicate. Just to be sure. Again. Yeah, exactly. Yes, most likely. Oh, silly of me. Of course, I should have done this as well. Not tabs. No. Now it's within the limit. Okay. And I can answer the question in DIGImend GitHub issues. Oh. Yes. Let's disconnect. Great, we're done. Installing. This connector has the USB sign reversed. So this is supposed to be top, that's actually bottom. Now we should get rid of those few messages and actually get it working. Well, again. Okay. There we go. There we go. And can you see the cursor moving? Probably not, it's too small, but it is moving, and it is moving with the tablet, but vertically it is moving only across half the tablet because I have two monitors, one on top of each other. This is working, this is working. Wonderful. Now I'll need to constrain this tablet just on the top monitor. Let's first X input list, X input keyboard. Why does it even appear on keyboard? Some Xorg nonsense. Test. Let's check this just in case. We get the pressure, but we don't get the button, so that should be okay. We get the pressure, more pressure, only one button, should be enough. Okay, now let's check the message. Oh no, my laptop is heating up. No problem, no IRQ stuff, no nothing. No nothing. Okay, this seems good. Example help. Map to output. That's it. Map. Right. Input. Map to out. Yeah. Input list. And that's signature pad. Signature pad pan 0. What does that 0 mean? And let's render the second display is this one. Something happened and it is constrained and it doesn't go all the way to the bottom. How about the one on the right? Come on. Doesn't go all the way to the right. So my efforts to get the maximum out of it were useless because those numbers, the maximums, the absolute maximums that we got, only happen sometimes, and most of the time they are lower than that. And was it so that, no, okay, it's lower than both of them. So I don't know what to make of it, except that make some adjustments which are possible. How X input where is it? List props. Signature pad pen 0. There we have this transformation matrix. So to fix this up, we would have to modify this. Oh, DIGImend has the pressure curves now. Nice. I completely missed that. Tool area ratio. Wow. Pressure curves, that's nice. Yeah. That's enough for our testing. Let's just wrap it up and think about the coordinates later. Can we try? Let's try the classical GIMP. Okay. With sensitive, we should enable this. Hey, this is weird. Yes, in screen. Save. Will it work now? Hey. Something is wrong with this thing. There is some pressure sensitivity, but the curve is kind of weird. Does it go all the way? Let's see. Goes all the way. Of course. Of course, of course, of course. Oh, sync drop. Okay, drop. Okay, that's fine. Yes, it reaches it. That's fine. Okay, I think it's just the GIMP brush. Just this particular brush. I think that maybe Inkscape or my paint should have something like, come on, don't be so bad at focusing camera. I need to do something with it. Okay. Let's see what's going on with the buttons. Does it fail to generate those sometimes? What's going on? Okay, let's test it. No, no button press. Why is that so? Okay. Let's see. Can we have line buffer? Line buffered. Okay, great. Line buffer and okay. Have it. Now let's run another terminal side by side. And let that be X input. What's going on? And it just disappeared. It's there. Ha! It reset. Right, so that's the mechanism of X input. But did it just disconnect? Right, great. Yeah, the customer might have lots of fun with this device disconnecting sporadically. That's not fun. So if they will have to have some sort of calibration, and this device keeps dropping, they will have to apply calibration every time. So device disconnected again. Need to find out if that happens on Windows or wherever. So back to the test. We are trying to see side by side if if okay, Sonic if we get button clicks ignored or simply not reported by the device. Ignored by the X server or something. Again? Does it go to sleep or something? Nothing here. What the hell? What's happening? Is it interrupt transfer fail? Yep, it's just disconnecting. Is it overheating? No. Is the cable okay? Oh, pardon. Yeah, just my finger slipped. That's not good. That's not good. Okay, let's try some other port. Just my only hope is that this is a prototype and yes, that works. And they'll fix it. Okay, so the device keeps disconnecting. All the time. Now let's keep a watch somewhere. Let's go. Okay, no messages. Let's try to see. Might be that we're doing something different from Windows, and this is fine. But as soon as I start, yes, of course you can, because it needs the pen. Don't die. Don't disconnect. Still can. Okay, checking. Yep. Died. Once again. Of course it. Oh. It disconnects because I run USB heat dump. Wonderful. So much panic out of nothing. Okay, let's do it with either test and see what's the problem. Hit the button. How come it always gets the same device? Okay. Let's see. Do we need the buttons only, right? Like the actual button pressure. This pressure is there. Button touch, yeah. You should actually just go and do the how's it called, button touch. From EVDEF works fine, perfect. Need to really press this. Oh, did I just I just moved my how long ago did that happen? Sorry guys, girls, hopefully not long ago. I need to constrain this here. Okay, it happens all the time, but yeah, and now I got the focus. The X server doesn't register it. Ah, that might be related to in range switch. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, and now yeah, the in range switch is open. Does it look button? Okay, let's see. And there we go. In range, out of range. In range, out of range. In range, button touch, out of button release. Aha, so that is really interesting. It doesn't report button release until I go out of range. So then I touch, then it reports press after a while, a release, doesn't report press release, doesn't report button release. Okay, I grabbed my screen again. Need to do something with it. I need to constrain it. Where was the command? Done. Now hopefully I'll stop taking it. Stop moving my screen. So this appears to be some Xorg issue. I wonder if that's related to the Xorg attempts to play with in-range switches or something. Do we have anything in the log? Acceleration, signature pad. I wonder if the backend driver would handle it better. I can't do that without logging in and out. We'll need to test this in a VM then, which has to wait. When does that happen? So the problem is that, first of all, the input driver does not detect button click before I put it down and wiggle it about a little. But the pen, I have to wiggle it around, then it says button press, and then it doesn't say button release until I take the pen out of proximity. It's really weird. However, I think this will have to wait for another time. This was long enough, more than 2 hours. I'm going to now commit this as is because I think the kernel driver is fine and my customer can pick it up and do their own experiments if they have another one of these. And I will check it out next time. I suspect that there is some issue with libinput trying to be very smart about some weird devices that it saw in the past and then confusing itself. Okay, let's do it. Perhaps the workaround would be adding also the middle, the fake middle and the right button. First, let's commit this as is and let's check what we're doing here. Yes, rebinding just in case. I really need to do releases more often. Okay, and one last attempt is we are going to add those buttons. If that helps, I'll need to ask Peter or Jason or somebody from that team about this. Perhaps not. Did I spell it right there? Yeah, fine. Yeah, perfect. Let's, now that we have this committed, let's try to fix the fixed report descriptor. The buttons. Can just add them. add 2 here, remove 2 here. There's padding. Should work fine. Disconnect. And now just really need to make this longer. Ta-da! Okay, now let's see. There will be nothing about that, or there will be. Yes, we got them. Range tip switch, 4 of them, and offset of this hasn't changed. Great. Let's see if this helps. No. There's some filtering. Same thing. Well, that's good because we don't have to butcher the kernel driver on the one side. Yeah, it's like and then I go out of range. Really weird. Maybe I should just ask Peter right away what's going on. Okay, so we discard this. And we just push it. Done. Okay, so that's enough for today. Certainly much longer than usual. So if you think this work is would be good for you know, for the community, if I would do this work for other tablets, not only for the ones I was paid to do, support me on Patreon. I'll put a link in the video description, and it's patreon.com/spbnick, and hope you support me, and I'll get to work on some more tablets. Next time I'll return to either tell you what was the problem with the Xorg or figure it out. If I figure it out by myself before that, like alone without recording it, then great. I just resume rebasing the driver, actually rebased it. I will proceed to contributing my changes back to the upstream kernel. And after that, after we're done making the patches upstream kernel together with the patch that I just made, then we'll be able to refine no, actually after that we'll be able to do another tablet which Neoblast sent me, the last one they sent me, which would be great. Or perhaps if I get some support on Patreon, which might not happen very soon, I will work on some community tablets. We'll see. See you around. Have a great day. Bye.